Hello and welcome to Greens, Glorious Greens, which are essential for establishing a healthy body and immune system. I'm Angela Sidness, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach at wildcraftedway.com, and you are here because of the 30-day Whole Food Clean Eating Challenge. You are in the right place if you know you are not getting the recommended 3 to 4 servings of dark leafy green vegetables a day, or would like to increase your intake of greens. True confession, I wasn't always a health coach. In fact, it wasn't long ago that I refused to eat anything but bacon cheeseburgers. That is the truth. After years of struggling with digestion and cravings and not eating leafy greens, a friend's mom introduced me to a new way of eating greens, and it changed my life. It was the first salad I liked. I learned how to flavor greens, make smoothies, and how to cook with them. And the real change began when I started to add greens daily. Weight melted off, and my digestion healed, and my skin looked better. My intention is to inspire you to incorporate more greens so you can naturally crowd out foods that don't make you feel well and cause inflammation. Remember, in the 30-day challenge, what happens in the 30 days stays in the 30-day. No mentioning of other people's names or group members' information on Facebook or other private forums, public forums. Everyone benefits when one person asks a question or shares an insight. You'll often get your biggest aha when someone else shares, so please share your experience. I don't want to be rude, but I may interrupt you in the live class. Let's get started. The importance of greens is what we're going to learn today. The benefits of greens, the challenges to getting enough, the proper cleansing of greens, storage methods so they last, and we'll explore different cooking and not cooking ways to eat greens. You'll also learn, bonus, my 5 tips to transform your green smoothies. But before we get into that, I'd like everyone to stand up. Put your arms up, take a deep breath, and put your arms up to the sky. And exhale to your heart center. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale, arms up. And exhale, start shaking your body. Shake your whole body. Shake out your arms. Shake out your legs. Shake out your torso, shake out your hands, your toes, your ankles, your neck and shoulders. Shake it all out. All right, you can go ahead and stop shaking. Put your hands at heart center and breathe in and breathe out. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Excellent. Now let's take this awareness and presence that we have in our body at this moment forward with us into the remainder of this presentation. I want you to listen and take part fully. Greens are essential to establishing a healthy body. Be here 100% and commit to eating more greens. On our Facebook page, please go ahead and comment and share how it went with the recommendations from last week and share what's new and good. Greens are most commonly missing food in the modern diet. Learning to incorporate dark leafy greens into the diet is essential to establishing a healthy body and immune system. Greens rev up your immune system, build immunity, and help to reduce cravings. Some of the benefits of consuming dark leafy greens include blood purification, cancer prevention, improved circulation, strengthened immune system, promotion of a healthy intestinal flora, promotion of subtle light and flexible energy, a lifted spirit and elimination of depression, improved liver, gallbladder, and kidney function, cleared congestion, especially in the lungs, reducing mucus. Greens contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what gives green vegetables their color. It is the key to photosynthesis, which is the process that allows plants to obtain energy from the sun. It's like liquid sunshine. It's one of the most powerful life-giving substances on the planet. It impacts the quality and purity of our bloodstream. Chlorophyll has been called green blood due to its similarity to hemoglobin. The only difference between the two substances is chlorophyll is built around magnesium, while hemoglobin is built around iron. Nourish yourself with greens. When you nourish yourself with greens, you may naturally crowd out the foods that make you sick. Green is associated with spring, the time of renewal, refreshment, and vital energy. In traditional Chinese medicine, green is related to the liver, emotional stability, and creativity. Green leafy vegetables help build your internal rainforest, strengthen your blood and respiratory system, and filter out pollutants. Greens are highly alkaline, which is beneficial to people exposed to higher amounts of pollution in urban areas. The alkaline minerals in our bodies are used to neutralize acidic conditions caused by the environment, and green vegetables will help to replenish our alkaline mineral stores and continue to filter out pollutants. They are nutritionally, greens are high in calcium, magnesium, iron, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, vitamins A, C, E, and K. They're loaded with fiber, folic acid, chlorophyll, and many other micronutrients and phytochemicals. We will increase our intake of chlorophyll-rich foods during the 30-day challenge, supercharging our bodies with life force. Try to find options that you will enjoy and eat often. If you get bored with your favorites, be adventurous and explore new greens that you never tried before. There are a wide variety of greens to choose from. Broccoli is very popular among adults and children. I like to tell my son that he likes to pretend it's bamboo and he's King Kong. That worked when he was really young. Some of the greens: broccoli, bok choy, Napa cabbage, kale, collards, watercress, mustard greens, dandelion, and green cabbage. These are often eaten raw. Arugula, which is a spicy, peppery flavor, endive, chicory, lettuce, mesclun, wild greens are in abundance, and herbs. Spinach and Swiss chard and bee greens are best eaten in moderation because they are high in oxalic acid, which inhibits the absorption of calcium in these foods. However, rotating between varieties of green vegetables shouldn't cause any nutritional consequences in regards to calcium. There are a variety of ways to cook greens. Some of my favorites are steaming, blanching. I always blanch when I know I'm going to be gone for the weekend and I want to save my vegetables from my greens from going bad in the fridge. Let's say I had some kale or some spinach in the fridge. Spinach or Swiss chard or any of those greens that are really good cooked, you can go ahead, collard greens, go ahead and blanch them. You put them in boiling water for 1 minute, strain it, and then you can freeze them. Boiling, I love adding greens to soups. Grilling, as in you can grill romaine hearts, is delicious on the grill. Roasting and making kale chips, sauteing in oil. Love spinach, olive oil, and garlic. I love adding like bok choy to stir fries. And water sauteing is where you saute the vegetables and instead of using oil, you use water. And you need to make sure that you're going to be monitoring the pot. So boiling helps plump greens and relax. Boil for under a minute so that the nutrients do not get lost in the water. Steaming makes greens more fibrous and tight, which helps you feel fuller longer. This is a great method to help curb your appetite for those trying to lose weight. Waterless or pickling makes greens more fibrous and tight, which helps you feel fuller longer. This is a great method to help curb your appetite for those trying to lose weight. Raw salads are a wonderful preparation for greens. It's refreshing, cooling, and supplies live enzymes. So a lot of people tell me they have these challenges around eating. Some of the most common challenges that I hear are that they go bad, they're boring, I don't even know how to eat them, I forget to buy them, or if I can't grow them, I'm not sure. So I'd love to hear what are some of your challenges to eating enough greens. And I'm going to try to address some of these. So quality does count. Uh, if you're going to spend your money local, join a CSA, grow your own organic farmers market, and a lot of grocers are starting to carry local growers too. So look for the highest quality that you can. Although choosing organic is recommended, eating non-organic greens is still preferable to not eating any greens at all. So how to eat more greens. The secret, I will always say this, the secret is organization. You need to clean and prep your greens to have them on hand. I love having a salad spinner. Buy already prepared and washed greens. Buy them in those tubs or in the bulk salad area where they're already washed. Get tools that simplify, like a blender is great for smoothies, food processors, salad spinner. All these things can really simplify uh, your ability to get more greens. I store my greens in the salad spinner. It's a great way. They dry off the greens so they don't get slimy, and then they stay fresher a lot longer. You can buy powdered greens. Powdered greens are great for when you're traveling and you want to make sure that you get enough green alkalizing vegetables. So buying powdered greens and traveling with that is great. And then I always add greens to leftovers. Everything that I heat up, if I have some kale or spinach or chard or whatever it is, I will go ahead and add extra greens. And making smoothies is such an easy, delicious way to incorporate more greens. So here is my best tip for cleaning greens. And you can do this if you buy them in the store or if you grow your own. You want to fill the sink or bowl. You can use a sink or a bowl with fresh cold water and add the following. You want to use, it's 1 to 1 to 1. So quarter cup, whatever, tablespoon. So depending on the amount of greens you have. You can play with that. Baking soda, white vinegar, and lemon juice. And you want to soak them at least 10 minutes. If it is a tough vegetable, you can use a vegetable brush. And then I always put them in a salad spinner and let them dry as much as possible. Sometimes I'll even lay them out on the counter or put them in a drying rack just to get some of the excess moisture off. So when you store them, you want to, I love storing greens in a salad spinner. You can get them all over the place. Dry them out. So that you'll see I'll have the leaves on my counter on cloths. You want to, aluminum foil is great for storing like spinach or romaine lettuce and celery. It helps keep it's great. I don't know, works fantastic, especially with romaine lettuce, wrapping it in aluminum foil. If you are using a storage container, you can line it with a towel to collect any excess moisture. Or you can store your greens in a glass like a cut flower. So that would be, you put a little water in the bottom of the cup or glass, whatever you're going to use. You could even use a vase, I suppose. And if you have room for that in your refrigerator, you put the water in. You can make a fresh cut on the bottom of it works great with herbs or kale or collards or a lot of those kinds of greens, and just put it in there. And if you need to hold in extra moisture, you can put like a reusable cloth bag, or if you have a plastic bag on hand, you can also use that as well, one of those produce bags. Share your cooking and food habits. Share on the group and do some journaling about this. When are you going to buy it? When are you going to cook it? And how are you going to cook it? So it's really a good idea to have a plan. So what day of the week Does it make sense for you to go shopping? Do you buy it online and have it delivered? Do you have somebody else? Do you delegate that task? Or is there a certain day that works best in your schedule? It's really important to plan ahead for your shopping day and have an idea of what you're going to make. So you have your shopping day, you have your plan of what you're going to make, and then when are you going to cook it? Are you going to cook it on the same day as your shopping day and make a day of it, or are you going to do it at like the next day or the day after that? And how are you going to cook it? So this is where you have your plan. Are you going to be sauteing vegetables? Are you going to be making a stir fry? Are you going to have a lot of salads where it doesn't involve any cooking? Maybe you're prepping some salads in a jar. So lots of different things that you can do here. But spend some time and really ask yourself these questions and come up with a plan. One of my favorite topics is green smoothies. Once I started incorporating green smoothies into my diet, it really did change my life. So let's talk about the basics of a green smoothie. There's 3 main elements of a green smoothie. It's fruit, leafy greens, and water. Simple. So here are my 5 tricks to instantly transform your smoothie. Tip number 1, abide by the proper food combining. Eat fruit alone. Tip number 2, keep it simple. And this goes for the number of ingredients in a smoothie. Less is more. Start with what you love in the beginning. Rotate your greens. And you need soluble and insoluble fiber. So what is proper food combining and why is it important? Fruit mixed with other foods leads to poor digestion and fermentation in the intestines. Therefore, you don't eat fruit. You don't want to eat it at least an hour after eating vegetables and grains or 20 to 30 minutes before. Okay. If you're eating heavy meat, you might want to give yourself even more than an hour. Eat fruit at least an hour before a meal. Wait at least 30 minutes after a meal before eating the fruit. Fruit and vegetables can be combined in fruit juices and in leafy green salads. All right, so you can combine fruits and vegetables in fresh juices and leafy green salads. So what is a fruit anyway? And not based from a horticultural botanical perspective, tomato, bell pepper, avocado, cucumber, berries, banana, mango, pineapple, peach, cherry, cranberry, plum, and melon. So some things that you do already recognize as fruits like mango and pineapple, but maybe some things that you don't, like tomato, bell pepper, and avocado, cucumber. So you can make a really yummy, savory smoothie. Think along the lines of gazpacho smoothie. So what is a vegetable? Vegetables are things that have starch. Root vegetables such as carrots, beets, sweet potatoes, broccoli, and cabbage. These are not meant to be combined with fruits. So what about leafy green vegetables? Leafy green vegetables are actually in the leaf and blossom family. So they're separate from regular vegetables, your leafy greens. And those leafy greens are okay to combine with fruit. So soluble fiber, when you have the soluble fiber and the insoluble fiber, it makes the consistency of your smoothie a whole lot better. So let's break it down what soluble fiber is. It can be found in vegetables, fruits, and legumes like dried beans and peas. When water is added to food, the soluble fiber thickens and becomes sticky, gummy, and gel-like. So soluble fiber can help slow the digestion of food. So that's really important in a smoothie. Now, it helps lower blood cholesterol levels, control blood sugar levels, manage diarrhea and loose stools, reduce the symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome and the risk of getting intestinal ulcers. And you'll also have a healthier colon by increasing the amount of healthy bacteria. Now, let's talk about insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber is found in the skins of vegetables and fruits and bran portions of whole grains. It helps to promote regularity and a healthy digestive system. It prevents constipation and form the basis of soft, bulky stools. Whole grains foods, dark leafy green vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds all contain insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber does not break down in your gut. That's the key. So soluble fiber, when mixed with water, becomes gel-like, and insoluble fiber does not break down. Okay, so why both in a smoothie? Having soluble and insoluble fiber in your smoothies makes it smooth and allows you to get the most nutrients possible. Bonus tip: there's a lot in the type of a blender. So you want to get yourself a high-powered blender. My favorite is Vitamix, but other good brands that I've heard good reviews on are Blendtec and NutriBullet. But I love my Vitamix, and I don't know what I would do without it, so it's worth the investment. Presentation is key. Serve it in a beautiful dish and garnish it. I love to put it in a fancy cup, and make sure you taste it before you serve it to anybody, so it's delicious and you have more people eating green smoothies. All right, if you aren't a green eater now, try it out for a month and see how you feel. Chances are you'll feel more energetic and alive. To recap, we talked about the importance of greens, the challenges to getting enough, the proper cleansing of greens, how to store them to make them last, the benefits of greens, different cooking and not cooking ways to eating greens, and 5 tips to transform your smoothies. Action steps for this lesson is try a new green, cook more for yourself, use condiments to flavor greens, make a green smoothie. Do a breakfast experiment this week. I want you to write down how you feel when you eat something, right when you eat it. How do you feel when you do it for breakfast? And then I want you to see how you feel 20 minutes later and then 2 hours later. This is a really good experiment to see how food makes you feel. And let's get our green on and try eating 80% green foods for a day or more and really alkalize our bodies and supercharge our bodies with life force. All right. Any questions? Feel free to email me or post them on the Facebook group. I'm really excited to hear how this is going for you and wish you the best of luck. Thank you.